Good afternoon. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the press conference on the development of ORLEN strategic plans in energy security. May I welcome Daniel Obajtek, the President of the Board of PKN ORLEN. May I welcome Marek Brzeziński, His Excellency the Ambassador of the United States to Poland. Mr. Maciej Małecki, Secretary of State in the Ministry of State Assets. May I welcome Mr. Dan Bruyère, President of Sempra Infrastructure. May I welcome members of PKN Board and also all the experts involved, representatives of the business, media, and our observers and followers in social media. Good afternoon. May I now invite Mr. Daniel Obajtek, the President of the Board of PKN ORLEN, and Mr. Dan Bruyère, President of Sempra Infrastructure, for signing of a long-term contract for the delivery and supplies of LNG. Gentlemen, please. Thank you very much, Mr. Bruyère. May I now ask President Obajtek to remain on the stage, and may I ask him for a short speech.
Panie ambasadorze,
Excellency the Ambassador, Minister,
szanowny zarządzie,
distinguished board, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, distinguished media. We have built a multi-energy company whose size is there not only to perform business tasks and to accomplish them, but primarily it is there to ensure security of Poland and the region, a company that needs to be forward-looking, whose balance is to run investments and acquisitions. Time runs. There are new technologies. Security needs investing. This is the foundation. There is no good business without assuring security. We run plentiful investment tasks. Especially, we are getting ready to run the whole process of fuel and energy transformation. It also is a major challenge for all of us, yet primarily in this entire process of the big business, we can't be naive. We can't be naive as far as the purchasing policy goes, especially when it comes to fossil fuels. And in this area, the PKN has never been naive. We've always believed that diversification of ORLEN system must be protected with different sources of supplies, independent of situations. Such supplies not only guarantee safety and security, but also economic alliances. This is the way we bring additional partners in, partners with whom we run business together. Using this opportunity, may I now tell you about two things that I deem important. The first of them is the question of oil supply to Poland. May I here emphasize that the contract with Rosneft is not going to be extended, nor any new contract is going to be signed. ORLEN, the company, 3.6 million tons of oil will receive from other directions, from other sources, the Persian Gulf, the North Sea, but also the United States. These agreements are fully secured. This is how we are diversifying the deliveries to ORLEN system, 90% from outside Russia. This is a major challenge, but we've worked for more than 6 years so that we could be safe. And it is one challenge. Another challenge are the questions connected to gas. And here I want to assure Poles that there will be no shortage of gas, that we are fully in sync with our needs. This is another message that is very important. Let me mention, we have our storage 100% full, 3.2 billion cubic meters, 3.7 billion cubic meters, that's our national mining. Baltic Pipe, 80% of reserved power, 6.5 billion cubic meters of gas. Also a contract we've recently signed, negotiated by my managers with Equinor for 2.5 billion cubic meters of gas, but we also do mining there on the Norwegian shelf. We mine around 3 billion cubic meters of gas, but there's more than that. We are running investment processes and we will be continuing our investment. We are going to increase the mining capacity to 4 billion. This provides for our security. We use 100% of Gazoport, named after the late Professor Lech Kaczyński. This provides about 6 billion cubic meters of gas. We have agreements signed, especially with American companies, but we also cooperate on deliveries of oil and product deliveries, which significantly reinforces our security, especially when we look at the sanctions that are going to hit in on the 5th. Today is another important day for our economy, but not only for our economy. It's a day that's important also for other economies of the region. Today we are signing a contract with Sempra, an American company that is a major player in the American market in LNG. The contract for 20 million tons, a contract that we are going to run starting from early 2027, 1 million tons a year. That's about 1.2 billion cubic meters of gas. This contract is important because it provides additional security to our system and covers the additional consumption of gas in Poland and in the region. Also, what I said, the question of Norwegian companies, where we bring together two companies, the companies of Lotos and PGNiG. We will be working on that still. Returning to this contract, it's a 20 years contract which provides our security, but also secures our logistics. 8 gas ships that are going to deliver it to Poland. 2 of them have been completed and received. The other ones will be there by 2025. It's more than a contract because there comes all the logistics on top of that. Without the logistics that was created ahead and that is still being developed, we wouldn't be safe. That's the question
Gazoporcie, ale
of
i też możemy
receiving
korzystać z
liquefied gas
terminala
in
pływającego w
Gazoport,
Kłajpedzie.
but we
Ale
also have the
również będziemy
floating terminal
korzystać,
in
mam taką
Klaipeda,
nadzieję, z
and I
przyszłego
also hope we are
terminala
going to
pływającego w
use the
Gdańsku.
floating terminal in
Mamy całą
Gdańsk.
sieć
We
przesyłową
have a
przygotowaną,
whole
by
network
również ten
for
gaz szedł
transfer of that
w
gas
innych
ready
kierunkach,
so that
w
it also
kierunkach
goes
naszego
to
regionu.
other locations throughout our
To wszystko,
region.
proszę Państwa, zapewnia nasze
All
bezpieczeństwo.
that ensures our
Bo tak duży
security
biznes
because
nie
a
może się
business of
opierać
that
i nie może być
size
tylko
cannot
sam sobie
be
biznesem.
only
Jest bardzo
a
ściśle
business.
powiązany z
It's
bezpieczeństwem.
very strictly connected to
Bardzo
safety and
dziękujemy firmom
security.
amerykańskim.
May we thank the
Bardzo
American
dziękuję wszystkim
companies. May I
zaangażowanym
thank
w
all the parties
rozmowy. Bardzo
involved.
dziękuję panu premierowi
May I thank
Morawieckiemu,
Prime
panu
Minister
premierowi
Morawiecki,
Sasinowi.
Prime Minister
Your
Sashin,
Excellencja, thank you.
Your Excellency,
Dziękuję
thank you.
Państwu bardzo.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Dziękuję, panie prezesie.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Zapraszam na scenę
May I now
ambasadora
invite
Stanów
His
Zjednoczonych w
Excellency
Polsce, pana
Ambassador
Marka
of the United States to Poland,
Panie
Mr.
ambasadorze,
Marek
bardzo
Brzeziński. Excellency.
Dzień dobry, dziękuję za zaproszenie. I am so excited to be here today for this important event. Sempra and Orlen, two great brands, an American brand and a Polish brand, around working together around a critical industry challenge and opportunity. It is a great story in the American-Polish special friendship. Gratulacja I dziękuję. Mr. Obajtek, thank you today for the invitation. I'm so pleased to be here today with my friend Daniel Obajtek. We are working on so many different things together today in the area of energy. It is a central keel in the American-Polish special friendship. Thank you for all your work in building the U.S.-Polish energy partnership, and not just with LNG. Our partnerships span across the energy spectrum, including small modular reactors. Secretary Brulé, it's an honor to have you back here in Poland. Thank you on behalf of this American of Polish heritage. Thank you for all your historic efforts during your tenure as Secretary of Energy. Thank you for your continued work to ensure the security of Poland's energy supply. It is so critically important at this time of crisis, especially now. Energy security is national security, and our national security is interdependent with the national security of others. Energy is a key piece of that. A lot of people don't know that Secretary Brulé is one of the fathers of our U.S.-Poland civil nuclear cooperation. Secretary Brulé signed our intergovernmental agreement on civil nuclear cooperation back in 2020 on behalf of the United States of America. I'm so grateful that he and his team made that agreement a priority. How prescient, how forward-thinking in terms of the challenge that we face today. He and my friend, Ambassador Georgette Mosbacher, made such a difference here in Poland. As I've said many times, energy security is national security. Poland must be able to ensure it has ample access to the fuel it needs to power its economy and to take care of its people. By choosing a partnership with American companies like Sempra, Poland is taking another important step in ensuring it will have the natural gas it needs when it needs it. And this underscores again that it is the United States that is Poland's strongest partner when it comes to energy security. I'll say that a third time. It is the United States that is Poland's strongest partner in energy security. Supporting the energy security of our friends and allies is not a responsibility we take lightly. Poland is one of our closest allies and a vital partner. We know that your prosperity is our prosperity. It is because we take this responsibility seriously that the United States has become the world's top exporter of LNG, of liquefied natural gas. Now, as much as ever, we are doing everything we can to maximize the supply we are able to deliver to Europe. We have all seen firsthand how important that reliability is. To our east, and not too far away, to our east, Russia continues to wage a brutal, horrific, unconscionable war of aggression against Ukraine. At the same time, Russia is waging an energy war against Europe. Russia has deliberately caused shortages and volatility in a failed effort to break Europe's will to support Ukraine. Deals like this between Sempra and ORLEN show why this is destined to fail. Of course, we saw this coming long ago. Poland and the United States have long stood together in calling out Russian gas coercion in Europe and to prepare alternatives. Today, these efforts are paying off as Poland's infrastructure continues to play a critical role in ensuring European gas supply. Poland is taking another important step in its energy transition. Natural gas will help Poland as it phases out coal on its way towards a net zero future. Looking to the future, Poland will be able to use LNG with evolving technologies like carbon capture and storage and hydrogen to ensure an energy future that is secure and that is clean. I'm very proud to see this partnership grow. I remember studying in Poland 30 years ago as a Fulbright scholar, and I remember being in Krakow and how the air would change on days that were cloudy because of the way energy is produced. The fact that generations of Poles in the future will have cleaner air, more reliable energy supply is a great contribution to the Polish people. So I'm proud to see this partnership grow. I have no doubt that the potential is limitless. Thank you again for all you are doing to strengthen the bond between our countries and to ensure a shared future prosperity. Thank you. Dziękuję bardzo.
Dziękuję, panie ambasadorze.
Thank you very much, Ambassador.
Zapraszam na scenę prezesa
May I now
Sempra, pana Dana
invite
Bruglie.
Mr. Dan Bruglie
prezesie, bardzo
to
proszę.
the stage, the president of Sempra Infrastructure.
Thank you. Good afternoon. For those of you had an opportunity to meet, my name's Dan Bruyette. I'm president of Sempra Infrastructure, and I am excited to be here in Warsaw, in person, to celebrate the signing of our sales and purchase agreement with PK and ORLEN, and ultimately to seal this monumental relationship between our two great countries. Thank you, Daniel Obertek. I want to thank you for your good work in getting us to this moment. We sincerely appreciate the relationship. Ambassador, thank you for your kind words. Thank you for your leadership and your representation of the United States of America here. And I must say as well, thank you for your entire family's service to our country. Poland's energy needs as it relates to the future economic growth, the economic security, and of course your national security are important to all of us at Sempra Infrastructure. We value our close relationship with the Polish people and the business community here, and we believe that together we can help achieve Polish energy objectives. There's no doubt that the world has faced and will continue to face unprecedented times as nations prepare to protect their energy security and they quickly brace themselves for the winters to come. However, historically, as you already know, Poland is no stranger to challenge. Through the devastating days of World War II, through the dark days of communism, Poland has always fought for its freedom. And when we think about what is going on in the world today, we look to Poland once again as a leader. It was Poland that started the 3Cs initiative in 2015. It was Poland, when I was the U.S. Secretary of Energy, that led our efforts into the Partnership for Transatlantic Energy Cooperation. And I was proud to work with President Duda, as well as the energy ministers at the time, on that important initiative. It was Poland that began the desynchronization of your electricity grid from Russia, to reestablish your leadership in the nuclear industry. It was Poland that opened up import facilities here, regas facilities in this part of Europe. And today, at Sempra Infrastructure, we are proud to join with PK and ORLEN as we execute on Poland's vision once again in its never-ending quest for clean energy and energy security. We're very pleased, as Daniel pointed out, to sign this SPA, which will allow the purchase of approximately 1 million tons per year of LNG from our Port Arthur facility in Port Arthur, Texas. And this is on a free on-board basis for 20 years, as Daniel pointed out. With this partnership, all of the long-term offtake capacity for Phase 1 at Port Arthur is now sold. And we expect to reach final investment decision later this quarter, and we will commence construction on this important project thereafter. We could not be more honored to partner with PK and ORLEN to add to Poland and Europe's fuel supply and to play a small part of Poland's ongoing mission for freedom. Thank you very much. It is an honor to be here with you, Dan and Ivana, as well as you, Ambassador. Thank you very much.
Dziękuję, panie prezesie. Zapraszam na scenę
Now I would like to
sekretarza stanu w
invite
Ministerstwie
Secretary of
Aktywów
State in the
Państwowych,
Ministry of
pana
State
Macieja
Assets,
Małeckiego.
Mr. Maciej Małecki.
Panie ministrze, bardzo proszę.
Mr. Minister, over to you.
Ekscelencjo, panie ambasadorze,
Excellency,
panie prezesie,
Ambassador,
szanowni państwo.
Presidents, ladies and
Rząd Prawa i
gentlemen,
Sprawiedliwości
the Law and
bezpieczeństwa
Justice government
energetycznego
considers
Polski,
energy
polskiej
security
gospodarki,
of
polskich
Poland
rodzin postawił w
important
centrum
for
naszych programów.
important to
Jeśli
put in the
chcemy,
center
żeby
of our
Polski
programs if we want
żeby
Poland
polskie
to
firmy
grow and develop,
rozrósł
if we want Polish
żebyśmy mogli
businesses to be
bezpiecznie patrzeć w
strengthened,
przyszłość,
and if we want
to
to
musimy mieć
look
stabilne,
confidently in the future,
nieprzerwane
we
dostawy
need
surowców
to have
energetycznych do naszego
continuous,
kraju.
unbroken
Żeby
deliveries
Polska
of
była
energy
bezpieczna energetycznie,
supplies. For the
podjęliśmy
energy
kilka
security of
kluczowych działań.
Poland, we
Po
took
pierwsze,
several key actions.
zainwestowaliśmy
First of all,
w
we have
infrastrukturę,
invested
która pozwala
in
nam sprowadzać
the infrastructure
gaz
that allows
z
us
każdego
to
miejsca na
import
świecie.
gas from all over the world.
Terminal gazowy w Świnoujściu,
The gas terminal in
zainicjowany przez
Świnoujście,
świętej pamięci
initiated
prezydenta
by the
Lech
late
Kaczyńskiego, za rok
President
osiągnie
Lech Kaczyński, will achieve the capacity of 8.3 cubic meters of gas capacity, nearly 2 billion more than currently.
jest dostępny.
It is available. It is at its full capacity.
Który zastąpił w całości
The Baltic
import gazu z
pipe
Rosji.
replaced in
Do
full
tego
the import
potrzebne
of gas
są
from Russia.
kontrakty z
On
naszymi
top of that, we
sojusznikami,
need contracts with
krajami,
our
które
allies,
w surowcach
countries
energetycznych
which
są przewidywalne i
are
kierują się
reliable
biznesowymi.
in energy
Dlatego
sources,
tak ważne jest
which
podpisanie
is
kolejnej
why it
umowy
is so
na
important to
dostawy
sign
gazu ze
another
Stanów
contract
Zjednoczonych.
for gas deliveries from the
Do
United
terminalu w
States.
Świnoujściu
To
będą
the
wpływały
terminal
kolejne
in Świnoujście,
gazowce
we will have
wiozące
more
gaz
gas
ze Stanów
tankers
Zjednoczonych.
bringing gas
Ale żeby
from the
te
United
kontrakty
States. But in
były
order for
negocjowane
these
dobrze,
contracts to be
skutecznie,
well negotiated
potrzebowaliśmy na
and
naszym rynku
effectively negotiated,
konsolidacji
we
firm
needed a
paliwowo-gazowych.
consolidation of fuel and gas
Niezależnie od
companies in
tego,
our
z
market.
kim negocjujemy kontrakty,
Irrespective of who we negotiate contracts with, it is in the interest of Poland to have one bigger, stronger entity to sit down to the negotiating table in order to be talking about larger volumes. So it was in the interest of those who previously delivered petroleum and gas to Poland to keep
ORLEN, Lotos,
fragmentation of the
nie
Polish
rywalizują o
market.
dostęp do
Today,
surowców
Lotos,
energetycznych,
PG,
ale
and
połączyły
IG
siły,
do not
żeby
compete
zapewnić bezpieczeństwo
for
energetyczne
energy
Polsce,
sources, but they combined their strength in
konkurencyjność
order
polskiej
to
gospodarce,
ensure
być
competitiveness of Polish
stabilizatorem bezpieczeństwa
economy, to
całego regionu
stabilize
Europy
the
Środkowo-Wschodniej.
security of the
Bo to
whole
trzeba
Central and
bardzo mocno
Eastern
powiedzieć.
Europe region. Because it
Multienergetyczny
has to be
ORLEN,
emphasized
jako
that the
największy koncern Europy
multi-energy
Środkowo-Wschodniej
conglomerate
jest
ORLEN,
gwarantem
as the
bezpieczeństwa
largest
energetycznego naszej części Europy.
EE company,
Nie zawsze
is
tak
the
było.
guarantee of security
My
of
od
our
lat
part of Europe.
przestrzegaliśmy
was
naszych
not always
partnerów w
so.
Europie. Nie
It was for
róbcie
years
interesów
that
z
we
Rosją.
warned our partners in
wierzcie
Europe,
Putinowi.
do not do business with
Putin nie
Russia,
stał
do
się
not believe
ludobójcą i
Putin.
zbrodniarzem w ciągu
Putin
ostatniego
did
roku.
not become a
Był
criminal
nim od zawsze.
overnight. He was
Powstawały Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream
He
2.
was that
My mówiliśmy o trzech podstawowych
all the time.
zagrożeniach.
And when Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2 were created, we were talking
Potężne
about
zwiększenie zależności
three major
Europy
threats.
Środkowo-Wschodniej od
First of
Rosji.
all, huge
Po drugie, Rosjanie
making Europe dependent on Russian fuel, and also
na szantaż gazowy Kremla. I po trzecie,
liability
otwarcie drogi
to
do
gas
agresji
blackmail of
rosyjskiej na
Russia,
Ukrainie.
and also opening the way for Russian
Wszystkie te
aggression on
ryzyka
Ukraine.
się spełniły.
Unfortunately, all these
Dlatego
risks materialized,
ta uroczystość
which is why
dzisiejsza niech
the
będzie
ceremony
kolejnym przykładem
today,
na to, że Polska
may it
dba
be
o
another
bezpieczeństwo
example
energetyczne i naszego
showing
kraju
that
i
Poland
regionu.
takes
Dba,
care of energy
żeby
security
inne kraje,
of itself and our region,
czołowe firmy
and it would
Europy
be
brały
worthwhile
przykład z Orlenu,
that other
brały
countries and
przykład
other
z polskiego
leading
rządu, że
companies of Europe
im
took Poland and Polish government as its
Stanów
example.
Zjednoczonych, z Zatoki Arabskiej,
The more gas we have from the US,
z Zatoki Arabskiej
from
i
the
innych krajów, tym mniej
Arab
rosyjskich surowców
countries,
energetycznych w
the
naszej
less
części Europy.
Russian
Ci, którzy
energy
chcieliby
sources
Europę
in
przykuć
Europe. Those who would like to tie Europe with a gas chain to the Kremlin and to Vladimir Putin should once and for all forget this idea, because as long as law and justice rules in Poland, we are striving towards energy security of our country and the whole Central and Eastern Europe, and the guarantee of this security is consolidated ORLEN. And thank you very much for today's contract. Thank you, Minister.
Szanowni Państwo,
Ladies and gentlemen, we end our conference with this. Thank you very much for your attention, and goodbye.
Za chwileczkę wszystkie osoby przemawiające zaprosimy do wspólnego
In a moment, we will ask all the speakers to take a family photo. We'll just take the table off the stage.